Hey guys, it's Ben. Today I'm giving you something a little bit different. This is a tour with the builder of some Barndominiums. His name is Joe Kraft, and I'm sorry that I'm doing this in the office. There was an air show practice happening. I'll run a little footage of that right here. And they were working out there, so a lot of the audio has some background noise, especially where I was just kind of talking, giving you a tour. So I'm going to do that here in the office and roll the footage. So I might have to do some overlays with some voice overlays here, but whatever, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get to see the product that I'm talking about here and go over this. So this is a good option if you wanna live on some land and you want to keep your toys with you or your animals kind of all under one roof. So you can really make these whatever you want. So I'm gonna roll the footage and talk a little bit more about the ups and downs, the pros and cons of a barndominium at the end of this video. So check it out. Here is our little... Hey guys, it's Ben, and today we are doing something a little bit different from the new construction communities. I'm here with Joe Kraft of Florida Barndominiums, and he's gonna tell us a little bit about what it takes to build a barndominium here in Florida.
Well, so to start with, it's very much like like a regular block house. You know, as far as your design, we're going to design it the same way. We use a tubular steel type building. But one of the reasons we do that is because we can place windows where we need them. We can do headers. When you go with red iron, you've got columns that are hard. We can't move those. Those are dedicated in place. It's really hard to design a house around those, and that's why we went with the tubular steel. So we'll start out designing just like you would a regular house. And then the permitting process in some places is just the same. It's real easy. If we're the first one in your county, sometimes it's going to take a little longer. We got to sit down with your local jurisdiction and explain and answer some extra questions. But every jurisdiction we've been in, we've been passed. We've got a permit to build. As far as construction, that's one of the benefits here is regular construction, your framing gets rained on. With the barndominium, our shell goes up, all of our windows and doors go in, and it's dried in. This lumber has never been wet and will never be wet unless we have some kind of catastrophic flood in the house or something. So it's one of the benefits is our trades can set up, they can put their tools in here. Typical electrician, you may not have the roof on yet. They may be behind, and they got to pack everything up at night. We can lock this building up. They can leave all their tools and materials here. So there's several benefits that the trades like working in our barndominiums.
Sure, yeah, so they don't have to spend 20 minutes every morning and every day when they're done taking all their tools back to the truck and hauling it off or worrying about it getting stolen, because you can lock all the doors and leave everything here.
Right, yeah. So now, as you can see, we still have wood framing on the interior. We get asked, why do we not do metal framing? Your metal studs are flimsy. They won't carry weight. If you want to go hang a TV, like we'll be hanging a TV over here, those metal studs won't carry that weight. If you want to hang a mirror even, I've been in homes, there's big national builders that use metal studs, and I've been in homes to help somebody hang a mirror, and we've got to go get drywall anchors that are rated for that, and the metal studs just won't hold it. So that's why. The other reason is there's a lot of space up here. We insulate the entire envelope. So unlike a traditional home where your attic reaches 140 degrees in the summer, these attics, once we turn on the AC in here and we condition this space, these attics won't be above 80 degrees. So you can store valuables up there, things that are sensitive to heat are able to be stored. There's a lot of storage space in these homes, the way we build them. So that's another reason for the wood construction. It's the ceiling joist. We deck that and carry the load of whatever you want to store up there.
Yeah, so much more usable space. You can see.
Yeah, so right now, if you can see this, we use a closed cell spray foam on our living space. This finishes out pretty smooth. We can actually paint this with a dry fall paint. If somebody's on a really tight budget and they're trying to save money, we don't have to put a ceiling up there. We can paint that and have an industrial look, and at some point later, you can always go back and add a ceiling. So it's good for folks that are tight and trying to get into a home. It also adds structural strength. We do the entire envelope with spray foam, which your biggest energy loss in a home is draft. The air pulling your conditioned air out. So on a typical home, code allows you to fall between 3 and 7 air exchanges per hour. That means the entire volume of air in the home can leave and be replaced with outside air up to 7 times an hour. And that's really rough on your AC system, trying to continually cool that air back down. When we spray foam like this, we're gonna be less than 1 air exchange per hour. So to meet code, we put in a fresh air makeup, but we dump that air directly into the AC system where it's dehumidified and cooled before it ever enters the home. And it's much more efficient than your standard home. Now, if we go over to the garage space, what you're gonna see over there is that insulation is much rougher. It doesn't have as nice of an appearance. So this over here is what we call an open cell. Now, open cell doesn't add structural strength to the building. And with the closed cell, we only need 3 inches of insulation to meet code. With the open cell, we need 5.5 inches. The benefits to the open cell are it's half the cost of closed cell, and the open cell will also help dampen sound. So when we say open cell, there's actually tiny little air bubbles in that insulation, and as the sound comes through, it hits those little pockets and it vibrates and it slows it down. And so this will actually dampen the sound much more than the closed cell.
And then the typical, because it's a wood frame inside, we'll have insulation, all along here would be the closed cell on the inside, and then into the walls. What's the interior?
Right. So we will, before we insulate, we will actually drywall this side of this. This is our firewall between our garage and our house. So we will drywall this, and this will have closed cell, and all of the exterior walls will all be closed cell insulation on the living space. We've got everywhere from, we've got one over here that will be starting soon that will be 1,800 square foot on the main house. And then there'll be a breezeway. And because we're connecting with one roof, we can put 2 residences. So it'll actually have a mother-in-law suite, which is only gonna be about 600 square feet, but it's gonna have everything the in-laws need, and they're happy with that space. Right. So it's a unique option for families that wanna keep their aging parents close to get around some of the jurisdictions that say, hey, you can't build more than 1 dwelling. When we do that continuous roof, that's what gets us in there on that. Correct. So this side is actually built, so their motor coach, they've had it in here. That motor coach will actually back up in here, and it keeps the sun off the roof of that motor coach.
So prolongs the life of all your toys, your coat, your boat, your tractor, anything that you want to park on the side. And I'm assuming that they're going to have a 30 or a 50 amp
correct
plug-in.
Correct.
Somewhere right along out here. They just plug their RV in, and that's additional living space if they need it. Here looks like
right,
set up
right
here currently.
Yeah, that's their temporary panel that will have a permanent mount. But yes, that is their plan. They can have guests. This is built to where they can open all their slide outs and use that motor coach under this roof.
That's where they're living currently while this is being done.
Correct.
Just a little bit of a different setup. People not looking to be in a cookie cutter neighborhood, quarter acre lot type situation. If you want to come out and have your toys, this is a perfect setup. You can see we're out, and you can build one of these on 100 acres if you wanted to. We're near an airport. We're about to have that. It doesn't look like it's big enough to do that. So, Jeff, you can put this just about anywhere. I mean, this building, you were saying the inside.
So the total building under roof is 6,800 square feet, including all these wraparound porches. The living space is 2,058 square feet, and then we got about 1,800 square feet in the garage. Right. Correct. So that tile, so we've tiled the front already, but that tile will actually continue down the other side. That'll all be screened in. There's going to be a nice outdoor kitchen. They're going to have a hot tub out here. It's just going to create a really nice outdoor living space.
Triple sliders, open it up. A cool day like today, you don't even need it. See, this runs all the way down the backside, just like the other side.
So we've put a soffit in on this one. This one will get lights all the way down through, so it'll light up nice for entertaining.
And same thing here.
The same thing. This is going to be wood, so it'll get the soffit in it, but it'll be wood once they finish all the electrical here.
Same thing with the inside ceiling was going to be.
It'll be wood in the main. Yes, it'll be a tongue roof pine in the main living space.
What other benefits are there to a barndominium over a regular single-family block that you like?
The biggest thing is the insulation. You know, we hear so many people their utility bills. I've got buddies that their utility bills right now are $700-800 a month. Utilities are continuing to go up, and your biggest expense on utilities is your heating and cooling. So this will be the first year for the air show in Punta Gorda after coronavirus. So it's coming up. But the energy, the bill, so this is 2,058 square feet living. I suspect that their energy bill is gonna be less than $100 a month. And the other thing with the spray foam, and we put a dehumidifier, if you're currently comfortable at 70, you're gonna be cold at 70. You're gonna keep it at 75. So you're gonna save a ton of money on utilities.
And if you wanted to go solar,
you could, you absolutely could.
so let's run. All right, so Joe, on this one, you were saying it's about a 6-month process from the slab.
Correct. It's gonna be about 6 months before they move in.
Okay, so as you can see here, we kind of talked about we're framed in. Electricians have been here. You can see wires all through. HVAC has been started. Probably waiting on a.
So HVAC is done. The roof is done. The electrical will be done Friday. The plumbing will be done Friday. So all goes well with inspections next Tuesday. We'll be insulating this. Another inspection on Wednesday. In the next week, we can start drywall.
All right, Joe, thanks for letting us do a little tour in here today. How can they get in touch with you if they're ready to build their very own Florida barndominium?
So our website is floridabarndominiumsllc.com. That's the best way. Fill out the form. We've got a great sales lady. She'll take all your information and walk you through the process.
So I'll put a link for all that information down below. And if you're looking for a lot, give me a call. We can go through the same process for you. Anywhere in the state of Florida, we can find your dream lot and we can build your dream barndominium. And there's even barndominiums where you could have horse stalls, right? I mean, there's no limit to what you can do with a barndominium. So,
absolutely. The very first barndominium I ever built 20 years ago in Arkansas was a house, a breezeway for a garage, and horse stalls, hay room, wash rack, all under one roof.
Right under one roof. So
the size is really limited. So on width, we're limited to 60 foot wide. As far as length, we go as long as you want to. You know, we've got one we just signed last night. We could actually join multiple buildings together. So we signed on one last night. The main house will be this size, run this away. We'll have 2 buildings on either side. So this on theirs will just be the kitchen, living room, living area, this whole space. On either side, one side will be another building. The ridge line will run, tie in. Will be a theater and a bar, which opens up to a huge entertaining area outside with pool and fire pit. The other side, another building, same size, that's where all the bedrooms are. So, I mean, it could be as fancy as you want it to be.
yeah, so it doesn't have to be a little small barn. I mean, these things are full-blown homes with theaters in them. So you can see where they are framing in for a fireplace. This is going to be the kitchen. It'll be an island. There is a bathroom, bedroom, bathroom. This is going to be the hallway to the garage side of things. And up here is going to be the master bedroom and bath. And you can see here, this will be a closet. This will be the bathroom. They are doing electrical currently. HVAC has been here. They are basically going to have all this finished and doing an in-progress permit inspection next week, and then they'll drive all this up, and this thing will be ready by Christmas. So guys, that was my little interview with Joe Kraft, FloridaBarndominiumsLLC.com. If you're thinking about doing a barndominium and you already have the land, give Joe a call. He can go over all this. He's been doing it for 20 years, and he has done some pretty spectacular barndominiums all over the state of Florida. He can help you anywhere, not just here in Central Florida. A lot of cool stuff going on there. I just love the thought of being able to build your super energy efficient, hurricane rated building and put anything anywhere you want. I really like that part of the whole blueprint and designing things. That I really enjoy that. That's why I like new construction, seeing all the blueprints, going over the floor plans. You can pick your perfect floor plan and he can make it for you. If you have your lot already, that's good. If not, I can help you find a lot here anywhere in Florida, really. So give me a call, 863-333-5053. Again, I'm sorry in the video about having to do some chopping. The Thunderbird, I think those were the Thunderbirds, were ripping back and forth across there at like 300 feet, felt like. Probably more than that, but you saw, I'll put it here again because it was cool, the jets flying by. And those things are just flying. So again, sorry it was a little choppy and the audio wasn't the best, so I'm working on that. I'm gonna order some new microphones because these, I'm not super happy with these anymore. But let me know what you think of the Barndominiums down in the comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next week.